There's 2 or 3 games that, even more than that in the season, where, like we've got to be at our best to try and get any sort of result. Doncaster is going to be one of them. They're one of the favourites to get promotion this year. I think they're second in the division. So, we've got to be at our very, very best, or work to a game plan to try and get a result.
And of course, I think Doncaster are still unbeaten this season. So, I mean, I guess a win in that game would be a real kind of feather in the cap.
It'd be great, and it might just kick-start our season to a certain degree. I know they struggled against Durham, and I watched the game, and even though Doncaster had a lot of chances, Durham had 2 or 3 where they could have nicked the game. So you look at that and you take a bit of faith out of it, and you think, who knows? You come the day, if we get things right on the day, then you've got every chance of getting some sort of result.
Has it been kind of helpful to have a bit of an extra week to prepare for it?
I'm not sure, because the season has been a bit stop-starty. We have had breaks between games. We've had a month's break, which it didn't help because we had a good result against Reading, then we had to wait like a month before we played again. So I don't think the breaks help. It's got to be a bit of continuity, which we haven't had. But the girls should go into it being refreshed, because realistically we're going to have to work our socks off.
And I guess it'll be a chance to kind of see how far the club has come over the course of this season. See whether the gap is closed at all between the top and bottom.
Yeah, you're right. I know we played Sunderland at the very start of the season, as well as Doncaster. Then when we played the game at Sunderland, the game was a lot closer than the initial game, and I think if we hadn't conceded an early penalty against Sunderland, I think the game would have been really closer. So you go into Doncaster, we know we had a bit of a heavy defeat at Doncaster Belles. It was early days for us. That was probably about our 4th or 5th game, including pre-season. And games since then have been quite tight. The scoreline, we've only missed out by probably a goal. So we've tightened things up a little bit defensively. Obviously we still would like to score a few more if possible. But if we get some sort of result out of the Doncaster game, we'd be more than pleased.
We've had a couple of weeks off. We've had a really good couple of weeks training. Things are positive again. We didn't get the result that we were looking for against Villa a couple of weeks ago, and we know how good a side Donny are. We had a really tough game against them, which I think was our 2nd game of the season, and their quality sort of showed. But there's a lot of things we could put right from that game, and we're looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, I suppose is this a chance to kind of see how far you've come and kind of close the gap on them?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've learnt an awful lot this season. I think not necessarily in the results, but in the quality of our performances. Definitely you can see that we've made big improvements, and definitely this is a good benchmark to really test ourselves. We've had some good results against good teams. We played well against Sunderland a few weeks ago. Before that, we had games against Birmingham and Notts County. Teams from WSL 1 where we'd really fought and matched them for long periods of the game. So yeah, definitely this is a good chance to test ourselves again.
I know the results haven't really come a lot in the last few weeks. Do you think kind of it was a good thing to get that week off before this game to kind of regroup and go again? Yeah,
definitely. I think as much as you don't try to let it affect you, a couple of losses on the bounce, it's sometimes hard to take, and it's good sometimes to just have time, as you say, to regroup, kind of refocus, put things right on the training ground and go again, and maybe sort of mentally just recharge a little bit, and we're all really looking forward to the game. We're fresh physically and mentally, and just looking forward to get back on the pitch again.